because he brought that storm on himself, onto himself. But in the case of the disciples, no. So, because he wanted to encounter the Lord, he ran to the mountain. And there, he found himself in a cave. Maybe another person in the context of your storm, you've run to this mountain. May the Lord speak to you. Amen. Amen. May the Lord console you. Amen. Amen. May the Lord strengthen you. Amen. Amen. May the Lord be with you. Amen. Amen. Yes. He said, I'm coming there. But on the earth, on this ground, the plain ground, then you meet people. So you can encounter the Lord on the mountain, on the plain ground, you meet people. But the deepest part of the world is where? The sea. That is where it is believed by them that it is the dwelling of the devil, the Leviathan. That is where demons are. The sea. So, one time I'm going to be a cat at the end. I get into. Two, they are finding themselves at the place of Ponsavia Day. Three, that time also I saw it was at the fourth watch of the night. Before dawn, the night seems what? Darkest. So there's this saying, the night seems darkest just before what? The dawn. And around that time to the night was what? At its darkest. And you don't see your front and your back and your side. The night seems so darkest for you. So everything was against them. And again, the wave that had to take them to the other side was now what? Against them. Check. People who are supposed to support you to the other side, people whom you started with, and you know that they would cross with you to the other side, now they are what? Against you. They have turned against you. And they are now fighting against your cause. What can't you say, I will make sure that I will bring you down. And you have heard and you have seen is machinations to bring you what? Down. And we do everything possible to bring you down. But in Shirake Nami said, when all these odds were against them, when they thought that they have gotten to a threshold that they cannot cross, out of nowhere came someone whom they perceived to be what? A ghost. Okay? Said a weird thing said Diana. We now go on now. Oh yeah, a city a man no. We now go on now. Oga said, "Kwa, we did the rest and so ka say me me kono." Say na me no say we dey now. Na say esumu aye kebi pokrama wa na maketwi kebi pokrama wa. Say na me no, you will appear out of nowhere to your rescue. Amen. Amen. Yes, and sometimes in the first reading. What is needed is that you must activate the mentality of Elijah and say, yes, I committed this thing, but now because they are pursuing me, I will not run to man, but I will rather run to where my God dwells, and the Lord would speak to you. And the speaking of the Lord may not come as you so desire. It may not be as obvious as you think it should be. And when he says that I get it, 1 + 1 is 2, and everything 1 + 1, I think I'm almost saying 2. And you have abandoned me, Lord. You listen to my prayer at all, Lord. Are you with me? But today I want to tell you, be still and know that He is God. Be still and know, Francis, that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am your God. Be still and know that I am your God. Be still and know that I am your. Let's take it again. Be still and know that I am your God. Be still and know that I am your God. Be still and know that I am your God. Now the Lord will want to tell you that today, be still and know that He is God. Yes. Elijah knew someone, the king. Right before him, a miracle was done, performed. When Jezebel was after him, could have said, let me go to Ahab, the king, and speak to him so that he would speak and give a command, and Jezebel will stop pursuing me. But he said, let me run to God. And he found the Lord on Mount Horeb. The disciples didn't know what to do. You know Peter, when he was called, and his brother? You know John and his brother, when they were called, and what they are good at, and what they do? They were fishermen. And where do fishermen fish? On the land. On the sea. And at what time do they fish? In the night. You go fishing not during the day. You go fishing at night. And throughout the night, you try to catch fish. But these experienced men, not man, these experienced men on the boat, as at that time, were alone and they were afraid. Okay? Your experience cannot take you far. Your strength cannot grant you the breakthrough. Your protocols will not do you anything. Yes, your protocols will not do for you anything. Sometimes it has to take the grace of God to grant you the breakthrough. May the grace of God today grant you the breakthrough in the storms of your life. Yes. So we shouldn't be over-reliant on our experiences, on our exposure, on our connections, on our talents, and say to God, I don't care. No, we can't do that. Because you need the grace of God to take you through where you have to be. And indeed, when the Lord appeared, He said, do not be afraid. It is I. It is I. It is I. That's what Musa said. That is when the person does not know your voice. Oh my, oh, didn't said the Pakwani Limwa, obie oni mo busa say na dia na wo ye den ohwe. Okay? When he said it is I, Peter said, Lord, if you are the one, then make me come to you. If you are the one. Why? Because the Lord had a track record. Our track record be. Our record there, they knew him for that he is the Lord who is capable of creating path where there seems to be no way. He is the Lord that in fact he had fed people right before them. So when he said it is I, they knew who he was. For which reason Peter can boldly say, Lord, if so you are the one who is there and not a ghost, then command that I can come to you where you are also. Eh? The Lord has a track record. One in China, you've not made a mistake. The year of the kind said, Lord, make me come to you. And don't see the storm as the end to your life. Obi on the storm of bar or say every go say with them and come. Obi on the storm of bar or say every way part there mean to me swap. Why me? Obi on the storm of bar, no I shall say the because they were in the midst of the storm, the Lord who was on land came to meet them where they were. Our storms take us to God. Yes. Our storms take us to God. Sometimes your storm has become your boat that is sailing you to God. So storm now ba. Ebia, baby account nam sisi and what teaching. Yes. If your storm now ba, baby nam sisi and quiet then. Teaching. So when our storms are coming, hey, Elijah, look us on one more go. When you saw the Yamia Kasach Remo, and it's saying, Uncle Pong, every super grade, a jack Ababu, which I didn't so good there. Not the Indian going to be there. And so he took a woman to make him dry. And where did he go to seek refuge? The Lord. Our storms take us to where